please welcome our first presenter, the Executive Director of P.O.P.S.I.C.L.E, Ms. Chris Linn.
Hi, my name is Chris Linn, and I'm the Executive Director for P.O.P.S.I.C.L.E Center, which provides help and hope for children who struggle to eat. There are approximately 7,000 children in the state of Arizona who struggle with a feeding issue. We are not talking about picky eaters. We're talking about children with physiological issues that may cause choking, coughing, gagging, retching, and vomiting at every meal. I didn't even know this issue existed until I had my own daughter 7 years ago. Emily was born at 25 weeks gestation, weighing only 1 pound 9 ounces and could fit in the palm of your hand. The first time I was able to feed her was through a syringe into a feeding tube, and Emily has struggled with feeding issues ever since and had a feeding tube for the first 6 years of her life. This issue affects many children, including those with cystic fibrosis, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, autism, but even your typically developing child who may just have a severe case of reflux. Eating is instinctual only for the first few weeks of life, and then it becomes a learned behavior. So you may ask yourself, well, won't these kids just eat when they're hungry? Not our kids. They will starve themselves to avoid the pain. P.O.P.S.I.C.L.E has come to be because we recognize this is a misunderstood and underserved population. We are the pioneers in this area, and we have created a national consortium of world-renowned experts, such as Dr. Colin Rudolph, pediatric gastroenterologist from the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. These experts are coming together with our local medical professionals to effect change. We have some of the greatest minds in the country volunteering their time because they recognize the magnitude of this issue. It costs approximately $40,000 per year to support a child on a feeding tube, which equates to an excess of $140 million per year for Arizona alone. Our experts believe that if we can earlier identify these children and provide a comprehensive approach to treatment, we can reduce the amount of time they're on a feeding tube, or better yet, avoid a feeding tube altogether. And as a result of our consortium, we are just now beginning to see a glimpse of a comprehensive model being adopted in our state. But we are in need of $250,000 over the next 2 years. This infusion of capital will allow us to take a proactive approach to reach out to those families before they call us in a desperate state. And we've only been able to reach 300 families locally, and we want to reach that 7,000. And it will allow us to provide the education that medical professionals tell us they need. They receive little to no education regarding managing a complex feeding issue, and they want to do a better job. And it will allow us to begin the research projects that have never been done before to begin defining best practices. You can be part of something from the ground up as we put Arizona in a leadership position to effect change for these children. I don't want to see another family walk in the shoes I walked in 7 years ago when I felt alone and isolated and didn't know where to turn. Please help us help these children and families. Thank you.